Hi, this is Ruth Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're going for a drive and a chat. And one of the things I think is really interesting is how much kind of Pluto is still messing with us. Pluto has gone into post-shadow energy, I want to say a week or two ago, but one of the things that's really interesting is we just heard about, and so I'm posting this maybe a little bit later, about the investigation into the Biden administration, and kind of that's what Pluto does, is kind of bring up all of that stuff that people want to hide, and bringing it up so people can like review it, look at it, kind of like the things that we want to hide, like the skeletons in the closet we don't want other people to see or hear or anything else, and kind of bring that up and bring that forward. So that is a really just like one of the Pluto things. There have been others. Several people in Hollywood have done the same thing. Is not necessarily the same thing as Biden administration. I'm just saying, like, they have had their secrets come forward of how they treat other people. I've seen a couple of those in the last few days or so, of like how they treat other people, how mean they've treated their staff, how mean they've treated their personal assistants, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just kind of like, that's the Pluto energy still working, or kind of like still in play, because it's one of those, that energy is still out there, even though it's like all of these like literally were coming up while Pluto was in full retrograde, but it's like still in play as we go into post-shadow energy for a little bit longer. So this is really an interesting one for most people, and I think it's really interesting because I've actually had several clients that have asked me, like, I cheated on my husband or my spouse or whatever it is, I've cheated on somebody and I'm afraid they're going to find out. And I was like, if they're going to find out, they probably already have, and they may be waiting to drop the bomb, or maybe they haven't. I don't know. I can't tell that part. I'm just saying, like, people drive like maniacs. I do too, but I'm safe about it. I think I'm safe about it. At least I haven't had an accident. So one of the things that's really important to understand is a lot of that undercurrent coming up. Last time, thinking about people driving, last time Pluto was in retrograde, I thought it was really interesting. One of the mayors of a town, and I can't remember what it was, somewhere, I want to say in Louisiana, I think it was, I know it was a little bit east, so could be Arkansas, and I thought it was interesting because what they were talking about is that they were, he had been in an accident, and it came out that it was his fault, although he had been trying to cover it up that it wasn't his fault, and because he was the mayor and stuff like that. So that's kind of the crazy, quirky stuff that happens with Pluto in retrograde, is that underworld stuff, things that we don't want brought out or anything else, literally comes into the light of day, and other people now get to judge not only you, but they also kind of weirdly get to judge what you've done, how you've covered it up, and kind of going on. And I'm not saying anybody's guilty or anything else. I'm just saying, like, these are the things that come up during Pluto in retrograde, which is a really interesting energy of all of those things that people don't want out. They don't want coming forward. They don't want kind of bringing all this energy forward. But now it's kind of weirdly, because now they get to see it. They actually get to see this energy really come forward, and I just kind of wonder, like, what else is going to be coming forward? Like, interesting. What else is going to be like popping forward? What else is going to be coming up for other people to kind of like look at, judge, whatever it is? What else is there? And it's not just political people. It's not just people that are well known, like people in Hollywood or anything else. This is everyday kind of people, and you're going to see this more and more. I saw a video, I don't know, a week or so ago, and it was someone who had stolen someone's bike, and like they were able to track the bike, they were able to find out who did it, and that's what I'm saying, like and she was like, oh, no, I haven't done that, and it's like, but you have the evidence right there in your hand. So things that people would want to cover up or hide is now coming forward, and that is all completely Pluto in retrograde, and that is, to me, really interesting and quite like, wow, this is really cool that this is happening this way. So it's kind of just like this thing that happens so people can kind of keep moving their energy forward. People can kind of keep getting the truth out there. To me, it's one of those, I would not want someone to lie to me and be able to get away with it for years. That's no. It's one of those political people, anybody, like, that's important. Like, that you're speaking your truth, that you're speaking the truth to the people that you represent. If that's in your city, your county, your state, your nation, like, all of that is important, that what you say is your truth. And that's the important part. That's the really cool part about Pluto going into retrograde, is that we get to find out things that people have been hiding from us. And I really do think it's an interesting phenomena. I always tell people, like, keep the popcorn close, because Pluto still is in retrograde for quite a while, and more and more things could be still coming out. And like I said, it all was coming out while Pluto was in full retrograde, and it's still coming out in post shadow. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.